Okay, let's talk about the Beagle. You know the one, right? Super popular, super recognizable. But here's the funny thing. You talk to Beagle owners, and it's like they're describing two totally different dogs. On one hand, you've got people saying they're the absolute sweetest, most amazing family dogs ever. But on the other hand, you hear this big sigh, and then they tell you about the noise. So, what's the real story here? So yeah, how does one dog get these completely opposite reviews? How can it be this perfect, cuddly companion and the dog that makes the neighbors want to move? That's the big puzzle, right? And that's exactly what we're going to unpack today. We're going to get right to the heart of what really makes a beagle tick. All right, to really figure this out, let's just dive right into the noisy reputation first. Let's get it out of the way. And here's the big secret. That bark, it's not a bug, it's a feature. It's literally coded into their DNA. Okay, so there are really three big reasons why beagles are so vocal. First, and this is the big one, you've got to remember, they're hunters. That famous arrow sound, that's not just them being loud for the sake of it. It's a tool. It was bred into them to signal to the hunters, hey, I found the trail, over here. And that instinct, well, it doesn't just magically disappear because they're chilling on your couch. Second thing is their curiosity. I mean, it is off the charts. To a beagle, a squirrel in the yard, the mailman walking by, even a plastic bag blowing down the street, that's like breaking news. It's a major event that absolutely has to be announced to the rest of the pack. And guess who the pack is? Yep, it's you. It's basically their way of yelling, hey guys, alert! Something is happening out there. And number three, that same pack instinct means they absolutely hate being alone. They crave company. So when you leave and you hear that barking, it's not them being naughty or trying to annoy you. 9 times out of 10, it's a distress signal. It's them saying, hey, where'd my family go? Come back. It comes from this really deep need to be connected. But here's the beautiful flip side to that coin. That exact same pack instinct, the thing that makes them anxious when they're alone, that is precisely what makes them such incredible companions. This is where we get to meet the nice side of the beagle. So what's at their core? Well, first off, beagles are just happy. They're famously cheerful and friendly. That tail is pretty much always going. And since they were bred to work in a group with other dogs and people, they don't usually glom onto just one person. Nope, the whole family, the kids, the cat, you're all part of their pack, and they love it. And you know, people sometimes call them stubborn, but don't ever mistake that for them not being smart. Oh no, these dogs are brilliant. That same brain that makes them amazing hunters and trackers, it also makes them super trainable. They're awesome at things like scent games or figuring out puzzle toys. They really want to learn and connect with you. And that all leads to what's probably their deepest quality, their loyalty. A beagle's entire world really does revolve around their family. They just want to be involved, get some cuddles, and be part of whatever's going on. It's this deep, deep social need that makes them such incredible, good-natured dogs when they're with their people. Okay, so we've got the loud, instinct-driven hunter on one side and the sweet, loyal family dog on the other. It feels like a total contradiction, right? So how do we make these two things fit together? Well, the answer is actually pretty simple, but it is absolutely crucial to understand. And here it is. This is the whole key. Being noisy isn't their personality. It's a behavior. It's just how their hunting instincts or their curiosity or their loneliness comes out. But good-natured, that is their personality. That's who they fundamentally are. The gentle, the friendly, the smart dog, that's the real beagle underneath all that noise. So let's put it this way. You're not trying to fix a bad dog. That's not it at all. What you have is an amazing, good-natured dog whose instincts just need a little guidance. You need to help them channel it in a positive way. Their personality? That's set in stone. It's awesome. Their behavior? That's something you can totally work with. Okay, so now we get the why behind everything, but that brings up the really big question, right? The how. How do you actually live happily with this amazing personality while also managing those loud instincts? Well, it really boils down to 3 key things. All right, number 1, and this one is absolutely non-negotiable, exercise. You've probably heard it before, but it is so true for beagles. A tired beagle is a quiet beagle. And I'm not talking about a quick 10-minute walk around the block. That's not going to do it. They need to run and really burn off that energy. Second, you have got to work their brain. Remember that brilliant hunter's mind we talked about? It needs a job to do. Think of it like this. Mental exercise, like scent games or food puzzles, is just as important as physical exercise. It scratches that itch they have to sniff and to solve problems. And number 3, your training has to be positive. This is so important. Yelling at a beagle for barking often just makes them more anxious, which, you guessed it, leads to more barking. Instead, you gotta flip the script. The secret is to reward the quiet. Catch them being calm and reward that. You're teaching them that silence, not noise, is what gets them your attention and the treats. So you see, the beagle isn't a contradiction at all. It's a whole package deal. You get this incredibly friendly, smart personality that just happens to come with a powerful built-in sound system. The real goal isn't to find the off switch for their voice, it's to understand what they're trying to tell you. So I guess the only question left is, are you ready to really listen to them and work with that amazing nature to build a fantastic life together?